Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges.
Cut the music! Cut the music! We got Celebration Bowl champs in the house!
Swag, swag, swag!
Come on, man. Listen, if you didn't know, now you know. First and foremost, get your mark. You gotta go save the swag.
Hey, man, I think it should be printed in all colors: blue and white, light blue and yellow, black and gold. It should be printed in all colors, all different colors, and just leave the Rattlers in green and green, orange, and white. You know what I mean? You know, just because they did something.
TV, all of them.
Hey, they did something Dion couldn't do, man.
Talk to him.
You know, Dion wasn't able to do this.
I'm swag. I'm swag.
Now let's start there. How much of an indictment is the two Jackson State losses? Especially, I won't even the South Carolina State one. I think that's a freshman quarterback against a very talented defense. But that second year, when you're talking about Travis, Shador, Savion, you know, all the weapons, and you know, Aubrey Miller, offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, all on that team. How big?
Scotty, that was another situation of Whitey trying to keep the man down by dropping that pass in the end zone. That's what I think it was. Because he had the ball was right there and he dropped it. You know, Scotty, you know, as a primate, and I'm not talking about the primate that people would say a primate is a female prime, because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm a primate because I'm a fan of Dion. I'm a fan of Dion. I appreciate what he's done in sports, what he did for the SWAC. But this is an indictment on this changes the overall narrative around his tenure, because he wasn't able to bring it home for the SWAC, and Willie Simmons was.
Yeah.
It was a Florida boy who eventually protected the SWAC, but it wasn't the one you thought. So,
hey, Coach, you've seen this game a long time. Let me ask you this: the layoff, is that excuse put to bed, or is it still going to be used year in and year out?
No, I mean, you know, it's how much you prepare over the layoff, and how you prepare over the layoff, and how when your kids come back, how focused that you can get them to be. I mean, you know, this has been going on for you know, long periods of time. It's the team to come back, have the focus, the staff that does a great job of recruiting, not recruiting, but scouting the other team. And this is example, you know, of it, that how important it is to hire good coaches.
All right, guys, let's get into the game. Coach, I want to start with you. Howard goes up 14-0, and you kept saying it. You kept saying it. You kept saying it all through the first half. You said, you got to take your shots. How much of an indictment is on Larry Scott for waiting? I don't want to say waiting, but he really never really pulled the trigger on his quarterback and what he could do. What was your thoughts on that?
I think his game plan was right on for what his team can do. But sometimes you got to get out your comfort zone to make what you're trying to do work. And when you never made Florida A&M protect the cash, and what I mean is about a deep pass, they inched up, and then they actually completely shut your run game down.
Absolutely.
Late in the third, fourth quarter, they only gained 43 yards. And then when Florida A&M went up, then they kind of opened it up a little bit. I thought too early in the football game, they did not take those opportunities. They'll not only be up 14-0, I really feel if they would have taken a shot, they'd probably been up 21-0.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that, Rocky. What's your thoughts on Larry Scott and the way he called the game?
I thought he called the game rather conservatively. I thought the actually under those circumstances, I thought the Howard defense would have been able to been more effective, against Musa in that situation, meaning that they could play a little loose, a little freer, create pressures and stuff like that. But it just seems like, and I don't know if it was the Florida A&M offense, but they couldn't never shut down or lock in on what Florida A&M was doing. They were able to Willie was able to get a play here, a play there, and they couldn't just knock them out the game like the way that they would have wanted to. But that's a credit to just all the talent that was amassed at Florida A&M, because I think Florida A&M made the game a lot harder than it was.
Yeah.
And once the game got back to 16-10, then Willie and Florida A&M could play their game. When they were up by 9 or even the 2 touchdowns, let me say this. Could you in that situation think that Q Will was gonna play you in the game, create a bigger lead, or would he have risked giving the game away under that situation?
I didn't even see this. Coach, look at that stat line. 14-27, 106, and 3 picks. And 3 picks. I mean, that just signals to me how bad Quentin Williams was and how much Larry Scott had to out-coach his own quarterback. What you got on that, Coach Cole?
Let me say this. The only pick that really, really hurt him was the one at the end.
Mm-hmm.
All the rest of them was on the side of Florida A&M where it wasn't necessarily that. I just didn't think that they were over conservative with this kid. You know what I'm saying? They were over conservative. And when they had those opportunities and they was up 14-0, you got to take those shots, man. When you got a guy down, it's the old saying, you got to kill a fly with a hammer.
Absolutely.
With a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
And you had them there. You know what I mean? You had them there, but you never, because it would have helped you in the second half as well.
But Coach, do you risk with your defense playing well putting Florida A&M back in the game? Let's be clear. There was a fumble return for a touchdown on a drop back to pass the ball at one point. Yeah. So would you be risky as Larry Scott? You got a 14-point lead. You got the lead deep into the fourth quarter. You got a 2-score lead deep into the fourth quarter. By opening up the game, do you risk, putting Florida A&M back in the game by a miscue, fumble, interception, something like that?
Because the reward is bigger than the risk. Because if you risk that in the first half, at least you can make it up in the second half. But you gotta put the defense on their heels. When the defense can grind in and really know what you're doing, then you only make 43 yards in the second half on offense. You gotta be able to produce. You gotta be able to produce. And the other thing is to keep your defense off the field. As you know, if you go down, Scotty, the time of possession, Florida A&M beat them with the time of possession.
Scotty, let me ask you this, because I can't really recall. Did you really recall Larry? We saw Willie Simmons run a flea flicker with a 1-point lead. Did we see Larry Sims run any special plays or any anything like that? I can't remember any trick plays, reverses, anything like that. I didn't even see a lot of diversity in the running game, really.
You know what they call
Howard
that?
University.
You know what they call that?
What?
Playing not to lose. Not
And
playing to win, playing not to lose.
And when you're up 16, to 10 or whatever, but you know, but going up 14-0 and them being able to dictate the time of possession the way they did that first half, that was absolutely amazing. And let me, I listen. As much as I'm a kill Willie for the throw for that screen pass, can we give 20 points in the fourth quarter? 20 points in the fourth quarter, and I keep saying every year when you have to. And Rocky, tell me I don't say this I said, when you have to have it.
He got it.
He got it. When you need it, him and Musa are like peas in a pie. You might not like how your mom might cook and you come in the kitchen, she using mustard, she throwing stuff, she putting sour cream in it, and you be like, ugh, I don't like that, mama. She be like, but you gonna eat it. You gonna like it when it's done. And that's what Musa and them are together. They are a dish that when you watch it get made, you're like, but then it comes out 30-26, you win the game.
You know, but Scotty, with that being said, it makes me think about it was a very choppy performance by Musa.
Absolutely.
Right? Very choppy performance by Musa. What does FAMU look now? Again, this is maybe too far in ahead to think, but what does FAMU look like with a dynamic playmaking quarterback?
Well,
listen. Go ahead, Coach.
Let me say this. What it tells me and what it shows me is how talented, much more talented than Florida A&M over all the other black colleges. You know what I mean? They play. To me, when I watch Florida A&M in all the games, they didn't play like a national championship team. Like they came in games and just ran over people. They never played like that to me. Who did they just came in? We Florida A&M and we blew out. I've been on national championship teams. But when we come in and you ain't nowhere near us, we blowing you out. It ain't even close. They play close football with just about everybody.
Yeah,
except for Prairie View.
I agree with you, but this is and Rocky, tell me if I'm lying, because I said this on Monday. And I said, and Blue, I'm gonna get to you after this comment. After Rocky responds to this, I said the one thing I love about FAMU is you can't scheme anybody. You can't. Who would have thought Kelvin Dean would be? That's what makes FAMU FAMU. It doesn't matter whose name is on the back of the jersey because they're all capable players. Kamari, Nick Dixon, Marcus Riley, Sharif, Yance. That's
why I was saying. Yeah, that's why I was saying they so much more talented than everybody. You know, they beat you all kind of. If they need to run, they got running backs. They need to throw the ball. They got kids that can receive, and plus a great signal caller as well.
Absolutely. Let me get to Blue on these callers. If you want to call in, 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. Blue, coming to you.
What's good, man?
What's good, Blue? Talk to me.
Man, so there's a few points I want to hit. One, man, I was disappointed with Dankler, man. We came in talking about this was his chance to shine on ABC in front of NFL scouts, and Dunn gave him the business all day long. And I think you saw Dunn getting frustrated there. I know a lot of people were getting upset because, Major had to take him to the sideline, but man, he was screaming at the ref to give him some help there because, Dankler was holding on for his life, but something that I know a lot of people are going to get on the play calling for Larry Scott not running the football because I wanted way more than 28 attempts on the ground. But I think you have to give FAMU credit to this, Scotty. They did a great job at not letting Larry Scott trust his run game because when they tried to run, they were suffocating it. And I think Larry Scott was like, man, if we just keep trying to run this football, they're going to keep stopping us. And they took the confidence away from what Howard came into the game confident they were going to be able to establish. And so I think FAMU's defense man deserves a lot of credit. Obviously, just now looking at the stat box, to hold Howard's offense to 180 yards is insane. And then those second half interceptions were huge, but I don't think people realize 2 of their 3 interceptions came in FAMU territory.
Yeah. I didn't even know it was 187 yards, Blue. God, dog, that is not where I thought it was going to be. Go ahead, Blue.
Well, you got to think, what, 14 of their 26 points came when they started in FAMU territory. They were not able to establish anything offensively if they weren't given good field position.
And I said that early, and I think I said that to coach. I said the one thing to settle, I said the way FAMU had to settle into this game was flip the field and see if Howard's team was able to drive the whole field, and they were never able to do so until they made that one touchdown run. I mean, but that was still off of an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that got them to the 40.
Yeah, FAMU set up. I mean, I'm not going to say FAMU set up Howard because there were some good special teams plays made by Howard, and you have to do that yourself. But at the end of the day, if Howard wasn't set up in good position, they did not have the offensive talent to do it. And it's something that popped off on my screen. I'd love to get Coach Rocky your opinion on this. What separated FAMU's defense from a lot of other SWAC defense is the athleticism of linebackers. I don't know if you guys noticed, those linebackers are so fast and they're so instinctive that when you got a guy like Gentle Hunt that can eat up space on the inside and those linebackers don't get touched, man, you have a problem because they're coming downhill fast and there's not many people that are going to keep them to the spot in a lot of run concepts.
Blue, I completely agree. The way that they're able to diagnose the run and get after it and then get in the hook zones and run from sideline to sideline, chasing the ball in the passing game and in the running game. I don't think there's any other. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, they look like DBs playing linebacker the way that they move around, and it gives them an advantage, especially against a team like Howard. They can keep those linebackers in the game the whole time because Howard, what they want to do, they want to run the ball, and I think their linebackers, especially Isaiah Major, he's so instinctive and able to diagnose the run so fast and get upfield and make the tackle. So, and he's just as athletic as most of the running backs that you may face. So, I think you're absolutely right. The linebackers set that apart. But I also want to say this. I don't think there's another player quite like Kendall Bowler either in the SWAC. I think he's a tremendous player, right?
I agree with you, but Blue, me and you talked about, it was two things that I talked about with you, and Blue, please, I called you. What did I call you on Monday?
Yeah, right before your Perry show.
Right before my Perry, I said, Blue, I've been watching Dinkwa. I don't think he's a pro. Did I not say that to you?
Yeah, no, but me and you talked all about it, man. You said that you just didn't see that. I mean, he did not show it today, so you were on point with that.
You see, and then at the same time, I also said, when I'm looking at this offense, they don't push the ball downfield. I said Q Will is good for 15 yards and down. That's it. That's all he's going to give you. And you saw it all come to play today in the passing game. I don't think he threw the ball over 15 yards once, and that was a deep route, and he missed it. Other than that, it was either picked off or it was a dig and dunk. It was a halfback screen. It was a drag. It was a crosser. You can't win like that against a FAMU defense. You just can't win like that. Last point, Blue, before I let you go.
I want to ask Blue a question.
You got to give Willie credit, right? I know the first half was inconsistent, and Musa was not making his play calls look good at all throughout the game. But like you said, you kind of took my point earlier, 24th quarter point. And do you know the guts you have to call the flea flicker in the moment that they called that play? Dude, that is insane. Any amount of football actually was like, what do you call it? Like he radioed that in, and Musa was in the huddle like, I guess we're about to run this flea flicker for real. Like, and they executed it, but you got to give them credit. They executed it, and you got to give Willie credit for this, man. I'm going to hang up.
No, Blue, Rocky got a question for you.
Okay.
Hey,
real quick,
go ahead, Blue, and I'll ask after you finish.
They identified the weakness with the running back matchups. They knew the linebackers were not good in space, and they were able to bring Dean out of the backfield. And Willie saw it work once. And when he came back to it, Howard didn't make the adjustment. You got to give Willie a great, I said an A+ in-game adjustment because that fourth quarter was brilliant.
So from as far as FAMU's protection of the quarterback early, it seemed like it broke down. It was breaking down on Musa. Did you see any adjustments that they made later in the second half to be able to protect him where Musa could make some passes down the field?
I think it was twofold, Rocky. I think they made some adjustments. They were a little bit more aggressive, and I also think Musa helped them out. Musa's pocket presence was terrible in the first half. There were a few times where he should have just thrown the ball away, got out of the pocket, and just saved his offensive line. But like on that safety, he was just trying to do too much. The offensive line can only help you so much at the end of the day. They didn't block well, but he didn't help them at all. You got to step up in the pocket, get rid of the football. He held the ball way too long in the first half. That changed in the second, but also Howard wasn't very deep on the defensive line.
Got
tired. And I think in the fourth quarter you saw that because they weren't fresh and they didn't have enough fresh bodies to rotate in, and they kind of wore down, which also helped FAMU's offensive line. So I think it was a combination of both, man. I just don't think Howard had enough depth in the front four, man. But Scotty, I appreciate you letting me call in, man. I'll talk to y'all later.
Anytime, Blue. Yeah, and we noticed that. We both said it, Coach. Coach, you said it. Rocky, you said it. When we was on that last drive, when they had to have it on that flea flicker, we was like, you said, don't nobody want to turn around and run after nobody. They just look tired.
Hey, well, let me say something to y'all armchair quarterbacks. Howard is in this national championship game because of what they do. They run the football and they play good defense. You don't get into the championship and go from Dr. Heckle to Mr. Hyde. You do what you do. Guys, the score is 30-26. The score ain't 50-26 saying, yeah, Howard came in with this slow down offense. Man, we knew Florida A&M was going to blow them out. Howard came in and do what they do to play this football.
But, Coach, they ran the ball for 87 yards, Coach.
Yes. Yes.
So did they really do what they do?
Yeah, they did what they do. And guess what? Florida A&M's defense do what they do. We gonna set you down. We gonna make you do what you don't like to do. And guess what, Scotty? They didn't do it, did they? That's why the score is 30-26. So, man, you can't change who you are.
That's fair.
I take my hat off to Coach Scotty, and see, we on this show, we like the wide open, Hey, man, let's get this ball. They stop it, I run, let's throw it. That's what fans do. Man, why we throwing it? Let's run the ball. That's what the armchairs do. Hey, y'all always going to be right.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you what a coach going to do. Scotty said, Coach Scott said, Scotty, you right. He can't throw the ball past 10 yards. I ain't going to let him. He said, I ain't got no players like Florida A&M. Shit, I'm going to get that ball to my back. That's what they do. Johnny Cole, no, man. I ain't taking no shot downfield, man. We're going to keep this game close, and we're going to win it in the end. We're going to wait till Musa throw us a pick, like he did 3 times. You see what I mean? I didn't tell my quarterback to throw a damn 10-yard interception. How did you throw it? Scotty, how you throw a 10-yard interception? Not 1, not 2, 3 10-yard and less interceptions. And damn it, that's the game. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna get on, man, we shouldn't have been throwing it. Yeah, we done throw it for the last 11 games. We ain't throwing it this game. So guess what? I'm gonna give an A to both coaches. They do what they do. You know what I mean?
Woo!
But Coach,
then we said, Musa, all right, you don't throw your 3 in a damn interception. Let me throw some trick plays in here, and let's get the ball down to all these great players that we got so we can win the game. I tried to give you the MVP, Musa, but damn, you don't blew the damn MVP. They gave it to you in the SWAC. You know what I mean? You don't show the nation that you won the SWAC MVP. But go ahead, y'all got it, man. I don't know what I'm talking about, but
no, Coach, you spot on. But what you're talking about is the situation, the conundrums that coaches find themselves in trying to manage a football game.
Yes,
and that's real talk, Coach. That's real, because like I say, Larry wasn't passing it. I mean, Coach Scott wasn't passing it. We saying pass the ball. Willie passing it every down. Oh, you got to run it. So, like you say, they can't please us, coach.
No.
They can't please us.
No, sir, Kurt.
But
no,
I definitely wouldn't have wanted. I'm gonna put it like this: Willie running that flea flick.
That's some cojones, bro. That's nuts. That's nuts, bro.
Nuts and guts, baby.
Hey,
that's nuts and guts, coach.
Yeah,
it's like
that's Willie Simmons. That's why we say he the best in the business, coach.
That's shotgun.
That's Willie Simmons, coach.
No, that's like hitting on 17. Like that's different. You know? That's different. I'm like, yo, because I'm for real, like, and think about how bad that play could have gone. Right, the flea flicker was way over here. Musa had to shuffle, grab it, reset, get it out in front. But I want people to understand, right? I really want people to understand. Listen. I keep telling this, and I'm specifically talking to Coach G, who be on Twitter talking about hi scout. I listen. I might not watch every game, but I know what I'm talking about. And I told him, offensively, Howard could not mess with FAMU. They just couldn't. And if you take it all in stride, if you take all the penalties away, FAMU beats them by 50, right? Because think about all the opportunities that FAMU had that you never saw from Howard.
Well, let me just say one thing. You're right, but you can't take it away because there's three phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. And Howard naturally beat them in special teams with the kick return and all that kind of stuff to be able to set them up to score. They don't get them scores, Scotty. You're right. It's 50 to 14. You know what I mean? No, hold on. What? It's 14. They scored 2. It's 50 to 12.
and coach, I think the play of the game didn't actually win the game, but it made the game so much more interesting than it ever would have been without that play. That screen pass interception for a touchdown.
You're right, Coach. But Rocky, just like you said on our show, you said you felt that Florida A&M was going to get in and run away with the game.
I did.
I really did. If they would have been winning in special team area, they just didn't win in special team. You take them 14 away, you know, Coach,
you got to realize they only had one good kick. Right, all the other scoring opportunities were set up by a turnover. Like if you really look at this objectively and say, okay, what was Howard able to do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
And the thing about it, and once again, I'm talking to Coach G. We were on HBCU Nightly in the Twitter spaces, and they asked about play calling. And I said, it's not even close.
Who is he?
G Huggins. He's a scout for draft HBCU players. It's a drafting HBCU player.
Well, I need his job.
No, it's not even like if you're watching football, that's not even close. Like the play calling is night and day.
Yeah, it is.
Scotty, I watched 3 Howard games between the SWAC championship and now. I knew it was a talent mismatch, right? My concern was Musa. How would Musa perform in the moment? I actually the one area that I had reservation about, they didn't look remarkable. The Howard defensive line, they didn't look remarkable, but historically, those defensive lines have always done good against SWACO lines. So I'm like, well, maybe there's an advantage there that I can't see until they play. That's kind of why I wanted Blue to kind of explain, because at first, in the beginning of the game, it looked like Howard had something going on in the offensive line, and then there was a point where it all went away. You know, and so I was just trying to figure out what it was there. But at the end of the day, what I'm happy about,
best team won.
Is the best team won. Because if Howard wins this game and those people in the MEAC continue to talk mess about the SWAC is better than the MEAC is better than the SWAC, then that would be like they literally would have won with monkey blood, rabbit's foot, rabbit's feet, and goddamn turtle her. You know what I mean? That's how they would have put together the win. And they wouldn't have won on anything that has anything to do with sound football. That's all I was saying.
Let me take a few of these callers. Pastor Vic, coming to you.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing today, man?
What's good?
Good.
What's good? I just want to say congrats to the FAMU Nation. And for the swag, y'all better appreciate Willie Simmons while y'all got him in the swag right now. Y'all better appreciate Willie Simmons because he saved the swag today. I can tell you now, as long as Willie is in FAMU, they are about to run over the swag. The type of foundation, the type of system that Willie has established since he got been in FAMU is unmatched. He can recruit anybody and can put anybody in the system, and they can run the system. They got one of the best recruiters in the SWAC that nobody will never talk about. He can recruit the whole entire state of Florida. Nobody don't talk about that. And not only that, FAMU recruit more 5 and 4 stars that they don't even put out there like that.
Facts.
So for the SWAC, y'all need to appreciate Willie Simmons as a Bulldog fan. It hurts for my meat to not win, but I know talent when I see talent, and FAMU is one of the best teams in HBCU football. So again, the SWAC, y'all better appreciate Willie while y'all got Willie. And one more thing I want to say, them 2 SWAC championships that JSU had won, they don't compare to what Willie Simmons had got.
Ooh.
They don't compare to Willie Simmons. They don't compare to Willie Simmons championship right here. They don't.
Well. Let's just say this, bro. Let's just be honest. Willie, since he's in the last 3 years, he's against HBCU schools. He's 25 in prime.
Yeah.
And so let's just keep that where it is. He's 25 in prime. So Dion did his thing even when Willie was in the SWAC. So let's not forget that.
I would not forget that, but I'll tell you, I'm just telling you this. Without those 2 prime losses, Willie Simmons is undefeated in the SWAC.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Willie Simmons is undefeated in the SWAC.
That's crazy.
No, without prime. Don't even put prime in it. Willie Simmons is undefeated in the SWAC.
That's fair. That's tough. Hey, appreciate the call, Pastor Vic. Hey, when you put it like that, that's saying something. I mean, take out prime. He's undefeated in the SWAC
for 3 years.
For 3 years, the Bama is undefeated. That's crazy. 8163 coming to you.
HBCU football, not just the SWAC, because I think South Carolina took a lick during that time too. So
yeah. 8163, what's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is B from Atlanta.
Talk to me, Miss B from Atlanta.
I was so glad to see y'all show. Y'all did an awesome job, and I know Scotty is honorary coach now. He the one in status. But Scotty, what I wanted to tell you, you know our brother Kobe. You know he was at the game, right?
Come on now. Angels in the outfield, baby. Angels in the outfield, baby. I've been saying it all season. Angels in the outfield. You couldn't help but win.
That's right. That's all I had to say. I love you.
What do you think Kofi did in the outfield when Willie called that screen?
he couldn't get them all, but he was gonna make sure they won. Okay.
Hey, appreciate it, Miss B. Hey, listen, I know Kofi was like, bro, I'm setting it up for you to win, and you're still giving the game away. Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
8552 coming to you. The 2617 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
What up, Scotty?
What's up?
It's Reese from the Jack, man.
Talk to me.
Hey, big ups to Willie, man, and FAMU. But didn't Willie coach at PV?
Yeah, he did.
He was the head coach?
Yeah, he was.
Well, I need to butt in here with all these.
I'm just trying to figure that out.
I need to butt in here with all these
sure.
Willie Simmons fans. Man, the SWAC saved Willie Simmons. Let's make sure we say that. He was at Middle Tennessee State. Things happened at Middle Tennessee State. Alcorn welcomed him with open arms. He won, helped him win a championship, gave him a job at Prairie View. You understand? Then he went to Florida A&M. So yeah, I'm hugging Willie Simmons. He has done a great job for the SWAC. But always remember, the SWAC is the one gave him his opportunity. Let's get that straight.
I mean,
Hey,
technically it was the MEAC, and then now the MEAC is over to the SWAC. But
no, he's talking about Prairie View started.
Prairie View, my bad.
No, I all corners well. Coach, let me ask you this, right? Willie Simmons isn't a HBCU guy, even though I heard him tell me out of his mouth, I grew up at Bragg Stadium. Now that's again, that's coming out of his mouth. I grew up at Bragg Stadium, so I don't know, but
that's because he's from Florida. Watching the Rattlers.
He from Quincy.
Yeah.
So my point is that Coach, is a guy like that still considered somebody from the outside?
No, he's not. No, he's not.
I mean, his whole family graduated from FAMU. Other than him, I think he said him and his cousin. They're like two people out of his family didn't graduate from FAMU. You know what I'm saying? So, and I heard from what I've been told, when he left Clemson, he was trying to go to FAMU, but then FAMU jumped up to 1A, and he couldn't. When you did that transition, you got to sit out a year because when it was 1AA, he could have played, but when they went up to 1A, they couldn't. So then that's why he went to, I think, Citadel or something. Somebody said the Citadel or something like that.
Yeah.
So so he been a FAMU guy, from Jump Street. And I listen, I think there's something special to just see how he's been building this thing over time. Because the 2 losses to Prime could have set him back and be like, dang, I ain't. But they just kept rolling.
Well, here's the unfortunate part, man, to me about Willie Simmons. Willie Simmons is one of the best coaches in the country. Black, white, green, purple, red. I'm just upset that a guy like him can't move to another university. He deserves it. He deserves it not only that he's a great coach, he has connection with the kids, he's a great recruiter, but economically, see, we need him and his family to make them $3, $4, $5 million.
Yeah.
He's that type of coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But unfortunately, he's down. And I'm not saying the SWAC is lower. It ain't no lower. It ain't no level. There's great conferences, and then there's small conferences. But he is a big time football coach.
So let me ask you this: when Jackson State was in a similar situation, not winning the Celebration Bowl, but in a similar situation, their fans were clamoring to join the SEC and the Conference USA and all those. Should the FAMU fans start asking to join the SEC and Conference USA and the ACC and all that kind of stuff now?
Coach, watch my podcast with Coach Billy. Man, he used to be the coach at Florida A&M. Billy Joe. I'm sorry, Billy Joe. I should have known him. Billy Joe was at Florida A&M. He was kicking tail. We was at Tennessee State at the time, battling in the Atlantic Classic. And they told Billy Joe that we're going to move our program to Division I. They did. And they seen what the difference between 1AA and Division I. They gave him them Division I schools. He got slaughtered, Coach. Then they end up getting rid of him. So if you could go back and watch that podcast with Billy Joe and myself, he'll tell you right then and there. We at HBCUs and at some of these FCS. Rocky, I'm gonna take one after your book. You got your thing.
Yeah.
If we ain't serious about football, we better stay where we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't go there. Those people believe in winning. Man, look, they'll hire a guy. They don't care what he done done. If he can win and make money, they go hard.
But these
Willie
people were.
Simmons is a Division I FBS head football coach. But unfortunately, because he's in the black league and he is a black coach, it's going to be tough on him.
But no, the reason why because these were Jackson State loyalists, people who had followed Jackson State for 20, 30, 40 years, and they were ready for the SEC once they got Coach Prime. And I was just wondering, should FAMU fans start putting their eye on the SEC now?
No, sir. No, sir, Coach. No, sir. They're going to get somebody hurt. We need to uplift Willie Simmons with your show, your show and our show, Rocky and Scotty's show. That guy needs to be on another level.
Baby, who is Swipe? Who is Swipe? Oh, Willie is.
Hey, let me get to one of these calls before you go, Rock. 2617 coming to you. 2617 coming to you.
What's up, Scotty? What's up, Rock? What's up, Coach?
What's good?
What up?
Hey, Scotty, don't trip on my name now. This Dion from Mississippi, man. I'm not so fun.
What's up, Dion? Talk to me.
What's up, man? Hey, I just got to give it up, man. Hey, I'm a Jackson State fan. Got to give it up for, give it up to FAMU, man. Hey, way to close it out. You know, just sad that, hell, it took 3 years for a damn SWAC school to really close it out, man. But I'm going to go and be the first to say it. And I'm a Jackson State fan. I don't care how many 5 and 6 and 7 stars we get there. If we get some 20s, if we don't find somebody that can call plays like damn
Come on.
ain't no need nobody saying, JSU by 40. It's gonna be JSU your ass home.
Now that's for real, bro. You just said a bar right there. If you can't find, if these schools aren't trying to look for coaches that can out-coach Willie, you wasting your time.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm gonna say this now. Hey, I'm JSU through and through now. Hey, I bleed blue and white, but I'm gonna say this: TC better be in the damn study hall right now. Like, what's the deal? What I got to do? I ain't worried about Alabama State. I ain't worried about Southern. Cause hell, right now, Southern got a damn Pee Wee football coach. In my opinion, I ain't worried about Southern. Hell, who Grambling gonna get? Hell, I guess they gonna go try to get somebody from up the street somewhere.
No, Dooley is the leading candidate right now.
Who is?
Dooley.
Now my sources tell me it's Teddy. Man, I can't think of his name now, but I heard he was the leading candidate. But hey,
Teddy White.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't mean to cut y'all off. If Dooley is the leading candidate, I'm gonna take what I said back about JSU by 40. Because if he's a damn candidate, we gonna get 40 on Grambling.
Hey,
man, hey, great season, gentlemen. Great season, man. Hey, I be at work, man. I work for a distribution center up here in Tupelo, Mississippi, up in the northern part of the state. And this gets me through my day, man. So, hey, appreciate y'all. Nothing but blessings and love to y'all. And it's still I love it.
And it's still y'all losing. All right, let me get to this another caller. 0592 coming to you. 0592 coming to you.
I just want to say congrats to my family Rattlers. I couldn't make the game. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, drinking before 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon because they had me stressed. Jesus. Can we just get a clean win? Can we just get a clean win? The penalties killed us today. It really should have been like, well, push out there 44. Should have been really the final score.
It should have been a lot to a little.
Wild. Yeah, I just wanted to say congrats to the Rattlers. Congrats to Coach Willie Simmons, and keep it going. And also, I want to shout you out for giving the March 100 their flowers last week. Even though you hate us, but I am a proud March 100 alumni.
Yeah, y'all finally did something right at the SWAC championship. Y'all finally did something right. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. I was like, yeah, y'all did that. Y'all did that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Appreciate the call.
Whatever, man. Thank you.
No problem.
All right.
Hey, that band be ass though. Usually the March 100, every time I see them, they was ass. But when I saw them at the SWAC championship, they was doing it. I ain't gonna lie to you, they was doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Looked like they had a pretty good performance today too, Scotty. I'm not a band expert or anything, but looks like they were boogieing down today at the Celebration Bowl.
Listen, I'll tell you one thing though. They be doing the most though. Spider-Man with getting the. I'm like, for what? This is the band, man. I'm sorry. Let me stop. I'm sorry. 2315 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Oh, Scotty, thanks for taking. This Carter from Atlanta. Look, Look, man, I appreciate your show. You know, when I first started listening to you, I think this dude kind of harsh, like he don't like JSU. I'm a JSU fan. But you know, the more I listen, I realize you be cracking some jokes. They kind of funny too. I give you props. They kind of funny. But I want to say is Willie. I think Willie is a good coach. He's a damn good coach. But I wanted to talk about. I heard the one guy say Willie deserved those $3, $4, $5 million. I like to ask black people, and I mean this, and I want the brother to answer. Why do we think accepting the worst that white people have to give you is a good job? Because if you name a black coach that went to an FBS school, they always get the bottom of the barrel. Just because it go right, that don't make it right. Name one. If he can get it, wherever he go and he get that position, that would be him, and I would probably support. But why are we cheering for with the stuff that's good for us? Why are we rooting for them to leave, to go clean up other people's trash? Just look at the coaching job that the black people got. They always got the worst. But on that, man, I just want to say, man, thank you for the stream, man. Everything's good. Peace, one love.
Hey, man, appreciate that. That's a great question.
That's a coach question, though.
I'll leave that all for you, Coach Cole.
Well, first of all, there's two types of coaches. One to get hard and one to get fired. If Willie Simmons was on the far side, they would get rid of his butt in a minute. How long can he withstand that and making $200,000 when he can go and feed his family for $3 and $4 million and show the people that a black coach can coach at that level? That's what I love about Deion Sanders. He's coaching at that level. He's also uplifting other black coaches. We got so many serious issues on getting there. Man, for us to get respect, we got to be able to have our black coaches up there and to help choose black. That's the only way. That's what this business is all about. The jobs that are open are schools that are losing, not the schools that are winning.
That's fair.
Schools that are winning up in them levels, they keep their coaches no matter what. Whether he buying some woman on the end, whether he riding a motorcycle with a person in the back, whether he getting got a credit card and gets some strippers, or whether he buying somebody a house. But what we do on our level? We do on our level. If a guy get caught with an NCAA violation, now that little $168,000, he looking for a job. Not only is he looking for a job, everywhere he looks for a job, we got one of us chasing him down, calling the AD. Man, you don't want to. He broke rules in NCAA. What rules he broke? Well, they gave somebody a submarine sandwich and something else and some hats. Man, we need our professionals, our great coaches to go to that league. It ain't about helping the PWI. It's about economics. It's about him getting there and being able to bring other black coaches with him to show these people that we can coach. Why is it that Tampa Bay's coach, he hired all black guys when Tom Brady them went to the championship?
Bruce Arians.
His whole staff, half his staff or more, half his staff was black guys. That's what we need. And when them black guys get there, like Deion Sanders have done, is have promoted. He's promoted to coach at Mississippi Valley to a line coach. Now that guy's making money.
$650.
Man, we got to get out. Coach, we can't put all this pressure on these black coaches that's doing a great job at black schools saying, don't go over there and help them. That ain't our job. That's Republicans and voting jobs to try to change the system.
Let me say this, Coach Cole, as a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen of the state of Texas, who my tax dollars fund the University of Texas, Texas A&M, whatever. I think there should be some black men getting some of that money that my tax dollars are paying.
You just said what I just said. You can't blame a man to leave from a $200,000 job to a $5 million job. You don't tell me what Negro in this nation. I don't care if he was pushing a mop. And if they say, man, look, don't push that mop. You so great at pushing the mop. Man, I got $1 million over here for you. You think he gonna say, oh, well, shoot. No, man, I need to clean this black school up. No, he gonna go over there and say, man, I'm gonna clean your school up. So I'm gonna make them men. My kids gotta eat. I want to drive a good car. I want to live in a great house. Man, stop that. Willie Simmons and whatever great black coach at the HBCU need to go. Only thing I asked him is take some of them guys with you, so we can get some of them positions.
You know, like this sentiment right here bothers me right here. This sentiment bothers me. Now, it bothers me and Scotty for two different reasons.
It don't bother me.
Yeah, oh, okay.
It does. It does, but it don't. But I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So my point is saying this: even if he don't hire a black guy as coordinators, my man Dancy's making $650. That's a black man making $6. That's Coach Flea making $550. That's a black man making $550.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? The offensive line coach now, who Lode Holt from Oklahoma, is now the offensive line coach. That's a black man making about $650. So at the end of the day, whether or not he hires black coordinators or not, to me is a moot point. He's gotten black men in position to take care of their families and show off what they can do, and otherwise they may have not been given that opportunity. That's just my belief.
And the guy from Mississippi Valley, what's his name?
Dancy.
Dancy. What was he making? $120,000?
Probably like $100.
Mississippi Valley
Yeah.
as the head coach, and he making $650. And here's the other bad thing: we are so bad on each other in black college football. Scotty, do you know in the last 20 years, all the coaches who coach championships, have won championships, are out of coaching except for Fred McNair?
Wow.
Broadway, me, L.C. Cole, Doug Williams, Melvin Spears, Comegy. We out of coaching. We should have left a long time ago when we won a championship and took a PWI job.
So, and you bring up a real good point, Coach Cole, because you may want to stay with a black school, but they'll get rid of your ass.
In the minute. And guess what? When you're a head coach at a black school, 8 out of 10 times you will not work again, or you will not have a job in a black college.
So let me say this, and I'm
so
gonna put this.
Talking all that talk. Look, I'm putting it on the table. Dude, we're not even Rocky. I know you got to say something, but let me say something.
Go ahead.
We're not even on staffs. We go from head coaches to out of coaching.
Coach, this is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say we had the opportunity to interview Coach Dooley on our show a few weeks ago.
Yes.
For all accounts, very nice man.
Yes.
Dresses very well. Very well. Very respectful. People loved him. But if your ass don't win, you're gonna be gone. So if you are winning, why not take a job that can compensate you and your family handsomely? Yes. And let's be honest, and I'm being completely honest with you, Coach, you may disagree. In my opinion, I haven't seen an abundance of black coaches in HBCU football that I believe that would do well at that next level.
Yes.
But Willie Simmons is one of those ones that I'm certain that would do well at that next level. Go ahead.
I was hoping he got the Tulane job. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was hoping he got the Tulane job. My thing is this: when the only reason I have a problem, that's why I say I do and I don't with the Deion narrative, right? Is when you talk about Deion saying me getting this job allows other black coaches. That's a lie, a flat out lie.
I agree.
Now, if you're talking about elevating or financially compensating coaches, black coaches, so they can get some more money, I 100% agree with you. The reason is this: we know that coordinators are the quickest way to head coaching positions at Power 5. That's why your Bama Sean Lewis went 4-8 and got a damn head coaching job at San Diego State. Your Bama Charles Kelly, his defense was ass. If it turns around next year, he'll probably be walking into a job. That's why, to me, if you're saying you're the betterment, me getting this job is a leeway for coaches to get jobs, you had to hire black people in those coordinator positions to solidify their chance to go to the next level. Because I'll tell you this, if Deion goes to the Big 12 next year and he has 2 white coordinators and they win the Big 12 championship, where they going to be going next year?
They gone.
They gone.
But Scotty, but that's why.
I think you're half right, Scotty. You know, there's a difference between a white head coach or white coordinator and a black head coach and a black coach. White folks take care of each other. Those guys are jumping with their friends. They're not jumping with what they do most of them. Just like I talked to you guys about the coach that at Michigan leaves Michigan, cheat Michigan, and goes to one of the top schools in the country, Alabama. It's because of relationships.
Yeah.
Relationships in this business. We don't do that for each other. We jump on each other and keep each other down. We don't motivate each other and we don't promote each other. When a good guy is good and he's a black guy, the other black guy said, man, I don't want to, because I'm going for that one job. I don't want to motivate him. I'm in the business. I'm in the business. I'm one of the best in the business. And I don't have a job. And I know why. And I'm good with that. But I'm telling you that when black guys get opportunity, go make that money, man. Because we in a tough career.
I'll say
up or we down.
I'll say this. I've talked to some couple coaches that are assistants at Power 5 positions. They said that's exactly why they don't want to come back to HBCUs, because they say you get stuck. You get stuck. You know what I'm saying? They won't. Once you get into that little circle, you can't get out of it. And let me say this also before we take these callers. In Willie Simmons' contract, $25,000 bonus for winning the Celebration Bowl.
Are you kidding me?
$25,000.
The city of Atlanta gets $20 million income stimulus from the Celebration Bowl, and Willie gets $25,000.
$25,000.
Well, that's a Ford Fusion if you want to buy a car.
Bring me my money. 26-17. Coming back to you.
What's up, guy? Hey, this is Dion again.
What's up,
I got a quick question. Hey, let me ask y'all a question, hypothetically. If Willie Simmons had this JSU team, not the prime teams, but this JSU team, and TC had FAMU's team that Willie has, who wins that game?
Say it again. Say that again.
The coaches swap.
Okay.
If the coaches swap.
Right. If Willie Simmons and TC Taylor swap, who wins that game? With the talent that he has, that is at Florida State, and what we have here at Jackson State, who wins that game? Does it come down to coaching, or you still got to give it up for the talent?
Always come down to coaching. Yeah,
I'm gonna let you go on that one. You got to listen on. Go ahead,
I
coach.
give the edge to Willie Simmons. It's always coaching. It's always coaching.
Okay, let's do it like this. Let's go position by position. Let's say he goes with Jason Brown and Musa. Who do you take?
Shit, that's even Moose's
I think it's a push. I think it's a push.
Yes, it's a wash.
I
think I'll put it like this. I think Jason Brown can do everything Musa did today.
I agree.
Today, yesterday, a month ago, 3 months ago. Come on, man.
I think that's a push. The running back room. Now, this is with a healthy Mulligan, a running back room. For
me, that's a push.
I'm giving it to FAMU. I think they have a better running back room, right? I think with Yance, with Jennings, with Will Hoyt, with Kevin Dean being the MVP of the Celebration Bowl, and you got Irv Mulligan, and you got some. I think you got another. I can't remember some other guys.
The only reason why I'll say is I agree with you, Scotty, is because JD Martin puts it on the ground. Other dude that was behind Moultrie is pretty good.
Aubrey Miller's brother, Ahmed. I think Miller.
Miller. And Moultrie is pretty good too, as well.
Go ahead, Coach.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to go, man. It's Christmas time. I gotta be with the family. Man, y'all super, y'all great. I gotta get off, man. But hey, I enjoyed myself. And like I always tell you, Rock, if you feel yourself at the end of the rope, tie a knot and hold on tight, because ain't nobody bad like you.
All right, Coach. Thank you for joining us, Coach.
Hey, that was great, man. That's Coach Cole doing his thing. So let's break this down. Let's go back. I love that question. And 5892, I'm gonna get to you. All right. So running backs, I'm going to FAMU. Quarterback, we went push. Offensive line, I'm gonna have to go FAMU on that one.
I agree.
I'm gonna go FAMU.
I'm gonna take FAMU on wide receivers as well.
Okay. Oh yeah, FAMU wide receivers taking that as well. D line.
I'm gonna say push, but maybe I'm biased.
I don't think I would say I'll give you this. General Hunt and Davis, they cancel each other out, but Anthony Dunn, Jackson State don't have
Jackson State don't have anybody quite like Dunn.
They don't got Dunn. So I'm gonna go FAMU on that one.
Peppers is a linebacker, right?
Peppers is a linebacker. I'm taking Major. I'm taking Major over Peppers.
Yeah. That's a
now the back end wasn't bad for Jackson. They're long, they're lanky. I think they were tied in FCS. And
they don't have a Kendall Bowler though.
They don't have a Kendall Bowler. I like BJ Washington at the safety position. I'm gonna go FAMU because I think they just got a little bit more playmakers on the back end. So with all that being said, and you swap teams, you put TC on FAM, you put Willie on. Can they stop?
So this is what I'll say.
I'm going Willie. And the reason I'm going Willie is if you watch TC's old teams at NCCU, he needs a mobile quarterback to his offense to really go. And when you're talking Musa, that's not it.
And you took kind of the word what I was going to say. Willie has the ability to deal with the limitation at quarterback much better than TC Taylor has shown me to do. Like him have if like today, and I'll even put whoever with Prime's offensive coordinator in the same situation. If the game unraveled for Shador the way it unraveled for Musa today, there's no getting back, right?
Yeah.
Willie was able to get Musa back on track. And I attribute that to the play caller, the play designer, the offensive coordinator. There is nobody else that could have got Jason Brown. If Musa goes off the rails and Jackson goes off the rails, there's nobody on TC staff that can bring him back. You know what I mean? Because we've seen that. We've seen Shador get taken off the rails and nobody be able to bring him back. Yeah. And man, and let me say this, as a guy who enjoys football, I hope that people, the layperson, really understands how special of a coach Willie Simmons is. Me and Scotty complain and fuss and challenge what he does because that's what we do. But when you talk about play design, execution, timing, man, he's elite, bro.
Nobody better.
He's elite. And someone who just may have watched this game today for the first time may not understand what he's working with. What he's working with in a quarterback is absolutely a limited guy, but he's elevated him to the point to where he can be the SWAC player of the year and come in a Celebration Bowl and damn near get a game away, but his coach be able to help him out and bring him back. Go ahead.
And pull it out of you put the game in the fire and said, I can get it out. And grabbed it right out the fire. And listen, you guys can say whatever you want. I've been saying it about Willie Simmons since the Southern game. I said, when you have to have a play, when you have to have a drive, there's nobody better than Musa and Willie because they know each other and it works together. I've been saying that, and I'm going to keep yelling it from the rooftops. Coach G from draft HBCU players don't know what he's talking about because I told him we were in that Howard space, and I said, bro, there's no way you're taking Quentin Williams over Musa. What are you looking at? They're not the same guy. Q Will is super limited.
Well, but here's what I will say, Scotty, and this is pointing out the brick. If you swap quarterbacks, you get the same result.
Yeah, but this is my thing. Who will you count on to make the throw? The one throw you need. That's where I'm.
No. I get that, but what I'm saying is, if you swap quarterbacks, if you give Musa to Howard and you give Q Will to FAMU, Willie's still gonna win with Q Will.
I doubt it. Nope.
Oh, hell yeah, he gonna win with Q Will.
I can't get that one.
I believe.
I'll give you the Kelvin Dean touchdown. I'll give you that one because I can throw that. Okay. I'll give you the Kevin Dean one, but the flea flicker, you got to get that out there. You got to get that out there.
Bro, hey, look at this, man. Musa had 6 gimmies today. He hit 3 of them.
That's fair. Yeah, because he had the post. He had the one to Marcus Riley that was a walk-in touchdown. Then he had the Kelvin Dean. He had the flea flicker.
He had the one that went across the post that, not the post in the beginning of the game. I'm talking about the post that he missed when they were behind.
Yeah, the one that he hit, like Shareed had to die for it, right?
No, not that one. See, that's another one he missed. But but I'm talking about the one that he missed with Marcus Riley. He missed Marcus Riley twice.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he did miss Marcus twice. So you got those two. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. If you think about, and it's the same situation at Jackson State. It was the same situation at the OBC. I kept telling people, if Musa hit on everything he was supposed to hit, this game ain't even close. It's not close. It's the same thing at this Howard game. If Musa hits what he's supposed to hit, this game ain't even close.
And what I'm saying is, Willie put Musa in positions where he didn't have to be special today. If he just don't make mistakes and he hit the gimmies, Musa wins the MVP. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's another play caller in the SWAC that can do it like Willie. And I think given a whole season, given 2 years with Q Will, Willie would understand what Q Will can do.
Okay.
And put it and put him in a situation where he could be successful. Like I say, Willie is a offensive mastermind when you really just look at play design and play timing. Like those two different things, man.
Huge.
He's a wizard, man. He's a wizard.
Got to give it to him. 58-92 coming to you. 58. And let me say this before I go. Coach KJ Black I've talked to Coach KJ Black. He's told me personally, he's like, yo, Scotty, I've worked with Willie Simmons. That man's a freaking offensive genius. He's told me that. He's told me that time and time again. He's like, you're not doing my boy justice. He's an offensive genius. 58-92 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
You hear me?
Yeah, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, my name's Zay. I'm calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Talk to me, Zay.
All right, so I have 2 questions. So the first one is, first off, Coach Willie, congratulations. To that note, what do you think he has to do to be taken to the next level? Because in my opinion, he should have gotten the job at FIU or USF when he was on the short list, but of course he didn't get it. So what do you think a coach like Willie or any HBCU coach has to do to, I guess, get over that hump?
You got to listen. I think the same way Dion had that word his second year called dominate. That's what you got to do. You got to dominate, and dominate don't include D2 teams. I'm sorry, they don't. I'm not counting that. He has to have a signature win, and he does not have one. You can say the Celebration Bowl. He needed to win that South Florida game. Next year when they play Troy, he needs to win that game. Like he needs a signature win against a group of 5 or a high-level FCS program to really put his stamp on the map. I think all this is great. I think he deserves all the accolades and the admiration that he deserves for winning the Celebration Bowl, but this ain't a signature win. You got to go get you one. Go ahead, Rob.
So this is what I'll say. I know the Celebration Bowl is great for the culture. It's great for HBCUs, but it really hampers the advancement of coaches in HBCU space to go to the next level. Because when they have a good team, whether it be like Dion or like Willie does this year, if Willie could have put that team up against a South Dakota State, North Dakota State, and Willie does what he did today, pulls one out the fire today against a team on that profile, you got to give him a job. Like you have to, right? And so anybody in a hiring position can always look down on the SWAC because of the way the SWAC schedules and the way they perform against other FCS schools. It's hard to get those kind of signature wins with the schedules that they play. And a Celebration Bowl, though it's great for the culture, it's just a elevated level of the chitlin circuit when you're looking at football as a whole. And that's just my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, now I can see that. Okay. One more question, of course, I'm out. So I believe Musa the senior. If he's not, then correct me. But
he is.
Obviously, with him leaving, okay, so cool. So obviously, if FAMU wants to, of course, be at level next, be elite, of course, be, I guess, I usually a blue belt of the FCS, they need a quarterback. So do you think they should try to go like for the transfer portal, or do you think they need to try to, I guess, bring in, I guess, who the backup is right now, or bring someone in?
I'm gonna let you go on that one, but appreciate the call. I don't know if you know the backup situation at FAMU. I do. The guy that they have, Jimbo Fisher's son, and then they have Nurkic. I like Nurkic Jr. His name is Junior. I like Junior. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really like Junior. He came.
Is it white guys?
Huh?
Both of them white guys?
Yeah, I think Nurkic might be mixed with something. He said, FAMU don't want to see South Dakota, maybe some of the semifinal teams, but South Dakota State would have.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they would even compete or anything, Blue. What I'm saying is, in order to get respect, and be able to demand that you hire Willie, he's got to have that kind of signature win. That's all I'm saying. Because, they can always look down on the SWAC based on the performance of the schools, and you can look down on the MEAC for that matter, the way, consider the way they've performed as well. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they won't South Dakota State. I watched them put it on Albany, but Albany damn near should have lost to Morgan State. So what does that say? But go ahead.
But so my thing is, I think there's still, listen, you always try to recruit the best players possible, and you make people compete for it. And if they jump in the portal, they jump in the portal. So I wouldn't be surprised if FAMU is still looking for a guy out the portal. I wouldn't be surprised if they go get a big time drop down. You know what I'm saying? I know I've talked to a couple guys from that FAMU staff. Willie likes guys that can stand in the pocket and dime it up. That's the kind of guys he prefers. So I don't know if Andrew Body is fit. I think I know for a fact they're trying to recruit him, but I don't know if that's his real true fit at that school. I think a Musa, a Ryan Stanley is more Willie Simmons speed. So be on the lookout for a pocket passer that can really, do work. And I'll tell you this, with that type of play calling, if you find a guy that can dime, like if if FAMU find a guy that don't miss, like dude don't miss, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be an absolute problem. 1221 coming to you. I call you live.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty?
What's goody?
Hey, so I was going back to what you said earlier. I think it was last week, and you were saying that FAMU was a facility away from being a dominant force in the HBCU space. Do you still feel that way?
Absolutely. If FAMU gets a field house, you don't want to see them. Now, it still matters with recruiting and coaching, but the facilities, because the stadium is the fan base immaculate. The stadium, I love the stadium. It's cozy. It's close. It feels real, like right there on you. But they need a field house, man. That field house is ridiculous. It's literally like
it's a junior high field house here in Texas.
It's not. That's not it. That's not it.
What do you say? What'd you say? No. I mean, I'm here in Texas, and that's a junior high field house. Like, and I think it's decorated nice and it looks nice, but when you look at just the facilities itself, it's not up to the caliber that you would want to represent a Division I school. Like, it doesn't. And I don't know why a school as prestigious as FAMU hasn't addressed that up to this point. As bad as the FAMU fan base, they're a rabid fan base. They were literally out there getting soaked in the rain trying to watch that game 2 weeks ago. So I don't know why they don't have better facilities. But, I think but Scotty, here's the crazy thing, Scotty. Without the facilities, what Willie has built is scary. If you get facilities, it almost gets unfair, though.
Let me tell you this. You move PV to FAMU, I'm not seeing nobody. I'm not playing. I wouldn't dare touch FAMU. In Florida, with them girls walking around with that stadium, with that crowd, I'm not doing it. I want to answer this, and let me take this call, and then we'll answer this question. 8503 coming to you.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's good, man? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, I'm Jay. I'm calling from Mississippi.
Talk to me.
Hey, I don't want to start it or anything like that, but got a question with Simmons solidifying his legacy at FAMU with the Celebration Bowl. Do you think any Group of 5 or Power 5 job openings would call his way? I know he's cool with a particular somebody in Colorado that just happened to have an OC position available. But I'm just curious on what you think.
Hey, man, appreciate the call, bro. It's funny because it goes right into this question that I put up. I'll let you take it, Rocky, and you go.
Well, I honestly thought that Willie Simmons would be the perfect OC to be with Prime when he got the job last year this time. I don't know what the stipulations were. You know, I still don't know why Prime's OC position is still open. You know, so again, I think Prime trusts Willie. But I will say this, and this is kind of veering off the conversation. If Prime goes 4-8 with Willie as his OC, Willie doesn't get a job. Willie doesn't get to coach the head coaching job at San Diego State.
He doesn't. He does. I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you, bro.
So my point, and here's the deal. I think what Willie needs in order to move from FAMU. This is just my belief. If Willie takes that position at FAMU, at CU, he would need some level of security from CU and Coach Prime. And I don't know that Coach Prime can offer any level of security for him currently. Because remember, Shador but look at this though. Look, can you imagine a world where Willie goes to Colorado? They have a 8-4, a 9-3 season. Prime steps down, and Willie succeeds it. Do you see a work? Because let's be perfectly honest. CU is going to have a much easier schedule next year in the Big 12 than they had this year in the Pac-12.
Absolutely.
And they're not as good. Their quarterback, if you look at the quarterbacks they played, probably 4 of the quarterbacks they played are going to play on Sunday at some point. That's not going to be the case in the Big 12 next year. and so it's going to be easier. But would I like to see now, Mr. Campbell's, damn near put me in his Escalade when I suggested this on our way back to Atlanta. But I really think that would be a great move for Willie. I think it would be a great look for Prime. And I think would help Shador out because, Willie, for better or for worse, he knows how to protect his immobile quarterbacks. Somebody like Shador, I'm sure because think about it. How many of those does Shador miss? If Shador gets 7 like that.
He hitting on all them jokers. He hit every pass you thought Musa missed, Shador hitting it. Don't care what you're talking about. Do not care what you're talking about. And I'm not even the biggest Shador fan, but I'll be damned to tell you, I'll be lying on here if I say he wouldn't have hit every last one of those.
Now let me ask you this. What does that do to FAMU if Willie walks away at this point?
I'm going to get KJ. I'm going to go get KJ Black. I'm going to go get KJ Black.
So, but what I would ask a guy like KJ is, he's in a space where the numbers could escalate so quick from what he's making now to what he could be making.
That's fair.
Does he go back? You know what I mean? So this is. I have friends that are Power 5 position coaches right now, guys that are really close to me. They love the idea of coaching HBCU football, but they're terrified of going over there
and getting stuck.
Because the money's so much different. And you're talking about a guy in his mid-30s, mid-40s making $400,000-$500,000 going to HBCUs to take a pay cut. You know what I mean? definitely to take a pay cut and then never being able to get back to that $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. That's a big, big risk that those guys take. And I wish there was a way to do it where they weren't taking that risk and they could have the experience that they wanted. Because I believe that most black coaches in the coaching profession see the HBCU experience, see a tremendous value in being able to coach in the HBCU space.
Let me say this, because Rocky, I love everything you talked about with the CU job. This is the contingency that I would tell Dion. I'm like, Prime, you cannot demote me. At no point in time in the season, because if you demote me, it's a scarlet letter. It's a scarlet letter. You got if I'm telling you straight up, I would tell Prime in his freaking face. I'm like, if you bring me to Colorado, it's me and you. You cannot demote me. Because I can't afford the same. I can't afford the same.
Step back. You can't afford to step back.
I can't afford it. I can't bounce back like Sean Lewis. My skin ain't the same. So you cannot demote me at no point in time. You got to let it ride however it rides. But I think that's a perfect match for Shedeur and Willie. Because Shedeur can make all the throws and Willie can dial it up. I think that would be a perfect situation. Absolutely perfect. But that would be my biggest thing, bro. You cannot demote me. Point blank, period. Dre, coming to you.
What was up, man? Man, I agree with both of y'all. Give it Willie, because Willie hasn't had, say what you want about Shedeur. He is going to be a first-round pick next year in 25. He hasn't had. That's like giving him a Lamborghini.
He's not even a Heisman candidate at this point. He's not even in the Heisman race.
But everybody has him going first round. Okay. You know that.
Okay.
That's talk. That's talk.
Okay. All right.
So, but that's like giving.
If you ask my daddy, I'm a first-round draft pick too. So.
Hey. Yeah, but he still got to play though. I mean, the line. There's plenty of people coaching. McCaffrey had a son that played quarterback and had to go to 5 different schools to get on the field. So, but I mean, give him really that good of a quarterback, that'd be perfect. Because I would love to see what he dial up with somebody that mentally understands everything and physically that can make all the throws. He ain't gonna overthrow nobody. He ain't gonna throw it in the dirt. That's like giving him, like Scotty has his show. That's like putting Scotty in Tom Joyner's office with all the bells and whistles.
I'm good.
And
I'm good, right?
Like do everything. I know you knew, but you know what? Just all the microphones. Your microphone may cost $500. Tom Joyner may got a $5,000 microphone.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. I think one of the reasons why Prime took 2 white and defensive coordinators to Colorado, so those men could take the heat for a lack of performance on the defense or the offense. If he brings a black coordinator in, let me ask you this. How does Prime deflect the heat off of that black coordinator?
Especially his first year. Now, I also think he took Charles Kelly for recruiting because he's a natural recruiter. And when say what you want is Alabama, when you could recruit, you could recruit. So I need somebody that can recruit without my name being on it. You know what I'm saying? Without, you being like, okay, because the rest of them are HBCU guys. And, if you go Power 5, you have to be able to recruit without my name being on it. I need somebody who's been a recruiter for 20, 30 years. But I get you one letting them take the heat the first year because he knew there was going to be a learning curve. Because if Charles Kelly goes somewhere, I think he'll bring up the linebacker as a DC. Is another growing pain. Also, the growing pain of learning the Power 5. Because I don't believe Willie. You think Willie taking that wide OC as a brand new Power 5 OC? Cause that's why I don't see them call plays anyway.
No. So here's my point. If you go to Colorado and Willie starts struggling, they're gonna ask him, because he demoted Sean Lewis, they're gonna ask him, have you thought about having the quarterback coach call plays? Or what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna play that game with Willie. And they're gonna poke Prime anytime the offense struggles about who his OC is. And is Prime gonna be able to stand firm that Willie's my man and he's gonna call the plays come hell or high water. Like he didn't have to stand with
a relationship.
So what I'm saying is he didn't have to
him and Sean though.
Okay, this is my point. He didn't have to stand with Sean Lewis like that because they weren't connected at the hip.
Right.
Willie is gonna be connected at the hip with Shador and Prime. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Two black men
to do that to your friend also, because they're friends. Like him and Sean was friends. They were more or less colleagues. You know, somebody referred me to him, and you know this that, and the other. It's hard to, you know, it's like Scotty, you know, firing you or you know firing his friend. It's hard to do that to your friend that you know is going to affect him.
So,
you know for a fact that if
I'm gonna address that, Sean, after my man get off the phone. But what I'm saying is, like Scotty says, it would have to come with some guarantees in order for him to do it. But I want to address what Sean just put on here.
Hey, appreciate the call, Drake. Go ahead.
Sean, give me a reason CU would rather have Byron Leftwich. And I'm talking about from a standpoint of just play design, play calling. Why would they rather have Byron Leftwich?
Because he knows what the NFL looks like.
How is that going to help CU?
It's going to help Shador. Listen.
Okay.
This ain't about. This ain't got nothing to do with CU.
Okay. All right. See, Leftwich is Tom Brady's guy. You know what I mean? And so that's why I see why people would want Leftwich there, because he was the offensive coordinator when Tom Brady won the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Bucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, who do you think was running that offense?
Tom.
When have you seen Byron Leftwich take what Willie did today? I mean, what was it? Take lemons and make lemonade? Take chicken shit and make chicken stew? You understand what I'm saying? Like when have you seen Byron Leftwich do that? And I think that shows me that you're a more competent coordinator, not based on personnel. Because again, there's a lot of guys here that have lived off the reputation of coaching great individual players that ultimately, when you get them in that head coaching position, they can't pee a drop.
That's fair. That's fair.
Go ahead.
Let me get to this caller. Hey, 8582. We're gonna take this is the last caller. Me and Rocky gonna have our last points. Bobby, what's up?
What's happening, man?
Talk to me.
Well, first off, when the dark clouds gather over the horizon, when thunder and lightning fill the sky, when fate is but a glint in the eye of a falling rattler and hope a lost friend, when the senior with a chest grow weary, when the muscle and legs grow tired, you must always remember that the rattlers will strike, and strike again. Good evening, OFFSCRIPT.
It looked weary. It looked weary. I ain't gonna lie to you. It looked dreary.
Look, hope was a lost friend for a hot little minute there. Now. I ain't gonna lie.
It looked dreary.
A little dreary, a little weary. But y'all really feel like Deion's gonna be at Colorado past your doors?
No.
Graduation?
No.
So why would Willie leave FAMU to go to Colorado with no guarantee?
I will take a one-time payment of $1.5 million. What? I'm taking that over.
Now, hold on. Hear me out. Why take that job?
Because
that's the one that's offered.
That's the one. Yeah, and they ain't lining up to hire you Power 5 jobs.
He's had some offers in the past.
Where?
He was supposed to be either a quarterback or a running back coach. I want to say at Clemson, maybe.
He's a head coach, dude.
Dog, I'm not taking no linebacker coach or quarterback coach at Clemson. I'm not doing that.
It was something. It was paying way more than he making now. He turned.
That's beside the point, though. So, dude. Okay, look at here. If I am a championship coach,
my thing is you leaving for somebody who ain't solid. Deion ain't solid at Colorado.
No. So let me flesh it out for you. If I go to be a position coach, to be the recruiting coordinator, I'm actually taking a demotion for more money. If I go to Colorado to be the OC, that's a promotion on any level you want to look at it. I'm gonna coach better players. I'm gonna call my own plays in big games. Well, it's a higher profile.
I'm literally auditioning for my next head coaching job. I'm auditioning because even if he goes to a group of 5, it was better than being at FAMU because they're gonna pay him more at the group of 5.
A position coach, you gotta understand, a position coach is, and I know it's more than this, but the get back coach. Like, if you the get back coach, how you gonna go from the get back coach to a head coach? But the path is OC to head coach, man. And I don't see where a guy like Willie that's done it week in and week out, year in and year out, would even consider going somewhere where he wasn't calling the plays.
Well, one thing for sure, we got a whole off season to see how it all play out.
Yeah, I don't think he's leaving unless there's a group of 5 job that comes open and they want him. I don't think Colorado's going to come calling. But if it was a possibility, we just think if it's a possibility, it's a great fit. That's all we said. But appreciate the call. Go ahead.
Right.
All right, bro. All right, Rocky. Your last points before we get up out of here.
Goodbye.
Hey, man. This was a great game. It was a tremendous competition. It was choppy at times. It was an emotional roller coaster. We saw where Willie's gonna Willie, but at the end of the day, he was, the best team won, the best coaching staff won, the team with the best players was able to pull it out at the end, man. And I just, it was a great representation of HBCU football and HBCU culture.
Let me, and I 100% agree with you. Let me ask you this. The outlook for next year, because I think Major's a senior. I think Musa's a senior. I mean, I know Musa's gone. Major's gone. I think Kendall comes back. I think Javon Morgan's gone. A lot of the guys that he's have been in this program for 3 to 4 years, they're all leaving. So a lot of those guys got to get replaced. To me, what's a good season for Willie Simmons replacing most of his team?
Considering where the SWAC is now, I don't think Willie should expect anything other than a repeat as SWAC champion.
Wow.
I'm looking at what everybody has. Let me ask you this, Scotty. If you had to pick the number one threat to FAMU, who would it be?
Alabama State.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got for you.
And okay, with that being said, they are a defensive team, right?
Yeah.
They're losing their best offensive player.
Who?
Keyshawn Johnson.
Oh, Keyshawn. Yeah, Keyshawn's gone. Keyshawn's gone. And then I think Bubba's not coming back. Mikey Victor's left. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of pieces that they got to fill as well.
So what I'm saying is there's not what I'm saying, Scotty, unlike last year, we knew there was one complete team coming back.
Yeah.
to the SWAC.
Yeah.
Is there a complete team in the SWAC right now as we speak? A team that has a secure quarterback, someone who has at least a foundational players returning on defense, and a coach with enough tenure and experience to exhibit they could work within any structure.
Nah, the tenure coach would be Maynard, but he trash. That team is kaput. If you're talking about returning, is Jackson State, but offensively, they complain every other mass meeting about offensively how bad they looked, right? So that's another thing. And they lose Isaac Peppers. They lost Jason Brown. Jacoby Morgan's coming back. PV's losing their starting quarterback, and most of their receiving core. Gramblin's in flux. Southern just lost their head coach, and they don't have a quarterback right now. So it's a lot of.
If I had to bet on anybody right now, it's Willie Simmons.
Yeah.
If you give me FAMU against the field, I'll take that any day. Right now, who would you take in a bet? FAMU against the field?
Oh, FAMU, and it's not even close. I'm taking FAMU.
Yeah, now the Celebration Bowl, I'm not as familiar with the MEAC and what they have returned in the MEAC and all that kind of stuff, so I'm not as familiar. So I have no idea about their prospects of the Celebration Bowl. But I'm just talking about the SWAC, man. The SWAC is it wouldn't be surprise me if FAMU is able to replicate their recruiting effort last year and get a competent to dynamic quarterback in. It could be a walk in the SWAC next year.
Yeah. If they get that guy, I think one year they was trying to get, hey, listen. Hey, Blue, word on the street is that they're trying to get Andrew for a visit. Word on the street, they're trying to get Andrew for a visit. That's a team I would not want to see.
And he fits.
Very much so. Very much so. Now, I would happy he come up to here to Maryland and get some of this cold weather. The thing for me is 1 year FAMU was supposed to get this quarterback, Chris Oladukin, that actually went to I think it was either South Dakota State or South Dakota, one of the two schools. And he ended up being a hell of a player. If the only reason he didn't get into FAMU is because I think his GPA wasn't high enough to get into the grad program or something crazy like that. If they can find a guy like that in the portal, or find a guy that can really dial it up and run, it's not going to be fair. Because let me tell you who's coming back. Will Hoyt's coming back. Kelvin Dean's coming back. I think Yance might be coming back. The wide receivers, that's the one that's going to get hit. Riley's gone. Cherie's gone. Dixon's gone. Like, I think Kamari, like a lot of these guys are graduating there. So he's going to have to revamp that whole offensive wide receiver room and stuff like that. So that's going to be the hardest one hit to what it is.
But like I say, I don't know what their offensive line returners on their offensive line, but I'll take those running backs. And if they have, 2/5, 3/5 of that offensive line coming back, I'll take that. And any part of that defensive line coming back, and some of that secondary.
Yeah, I think Anthony Dunn comes back. I think Anthony.
Look at here. I believe this. Like, Florida A&M could be their biggest issue moving forward is gonna be retaining players based on production. The same thing, the same situation that every other Group of 5 FCS school has. If a guy really performs well, he may want to go to the next level. But at the end of the day, I think FAMU, man, I'm telling you, FAMU, when you look at geography, the coach, now the history of the school being a champion.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Where is Keyshawn Johnson going? Because at one point he was considering FAMU.
He got that's out the picture. He's Power 5 all the way through and through.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's got a visit to Texas Tech planned. They just scheduled a visit to Texas Tech. He got Vanderbilt. he got a couple other Power 5 programs that's looking at him like he going Power 5. It's not even close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's that guy.
Yeah, no doubt. He's one hell of a college wide receiver. I don't know about being a pro because I don't know what his straight line speed is like. But when you just look at body type, he's one hell of a college wide receiver.
Yeah, he
does.
does.
Now, just think about this: if FAMU is able to recruit a quarterback that can avoid the rush a little bit, and then some bigger, more competent bigger wide receivers, like I say, Willie. To me, Willie did a great job of what he had, but was there one wide receiver? Well, I guess Dixon would be prototype, but that was the only one that was prototype, really.
Yeah, Dixon's like 6'1", 6'2". And Mandigo's about 6'1", 6'2". The rest of those guys are like 5'9". I know Sheree like 5'8", 5'9", and Marcus Riley might be like 5'10", 5'11". But talking to the guys on the team from FAMU, they said Marcus Riley coming out of high school was the best player in Tallahassee, in the city. He was the best, like he was that guy. You know what I'm saying? So they knew how special he was to have him on FAMU. They knew how special he was. And my guy was like, yo, ask any kid from Tallahassee about 5 or 6 years ago who was the best kid in the city. They say it was Marcus Riley. It wasn't even close. He played quarterback, running back, everything. You know what I'm saying? So he was just that special. You know what I'm saying? So to me, sometimes it's not always about the size. It's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh, absolutely.
So I think that's where FAMU kind of breeds it, butters their bread on that one. But I'm waiting to see FAMU get that 6'4", 6'3" guy that can run, that can just stride you out. The Shamara Savages from PV, the August Petries from Southern. You know what I'm saying? Like them type of guys.
Well, because I'm sure you got to understand, Willie was working with a real thin passing tree, if you ask me, because he couldn't do back shoulder fades and stuff like, what I mean, jump balls and all that kind of stuff because he had those small, shifty wide receivers. Like I say, man, I would really like to see Willie calling plays with a fully outfitted offense with a competent quarterback, what it would look like. Because I think he really could do some things, man. But I like I say, I thoroughly enjoyed this, Scotty, man. It was a pleasure being on the watch party and the post-game show. Man, we got to wait another whole year for football, bro. At least we got them Cowboys, baby.
And we doing it too. Come on, man.
Hey. If we can get the cat Kofi probably ain't got nothing to do. So if he ain't got nothing to do, Scotty, go ahead and talk to him, and maybe we can hire him for the Cowboys moving forward, man. You know what I mean?
We need to go 3-1.
Yeah, man.
I'll take that 4-0. I'll take that.
Like I said, I see cowgirls anyway, man. But anyway, man,
haters.
This has been a I can only think about in this moment, to be honest with you, how Kofi would be in this moment, man, knowing that his Rattlers has brought home the Celebration Bowl. I know it would be he wouldn't be able to be quiet at all. You hear me?
Boy, listen, that Monday show would have been so epic. I mean, it would have been, he would have had enough FAMU gear to probably sell to 20 people. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me just ask you this, man. Monday, can you run that marathon again for a few hours, man?
I surely can.
I know you did it when his shows, when he shortly passed, man, but y'all had great chemistry, and we could just imagine how proud he would be, man. I think it would be in great spirit sometime during the day, Monday, man. You string them show together and run it again as a live show, man, so people could pay tribute to that man and the Rattlers can celebrate this win with Kofi.
I absolutely can, man. I appreciate it. That's a great idea. I'm definitely knock that out on Monday. Probably started early Monday morning. Probably finish it up right before me and Perry got going for the outspoken jank. But hey, man, listen, Rocky, as always, man, it's been a pleasure, my guy. We probably gonna have to get back on here and do a Dallas Cowboy watch party. That's what they want.
That's what they want.
That's what the people want. You know what I'm saying? That's what the people want. I'm not doing it for Buffalo though, but that's what the people. No, I'm a little nervous on that one. I'm not gonna lie.
No, like I said, we could. Hey, let's do it for the Redskins.
Yeah. I'm good with that. We can do it for that. Nice little NFC East matchup. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So it is.
We can do it for the Redskins, man.
That's what the people want. We gonna
hey, before y'all get off, man, let me post my. Hey, we gonna have an epic show this coming week. Ain't no telling who we gonna have on the show on the HBCU Coaches Corner, man. We gonna get Coach Cole to pull in some of his really big time guests. And so I'm hoping we can get that the current coach of Southern, but who knows? He may cancel on us again. But go ahead and click.
There is one other participant in the conference.
Click the subscribe button and follow us, man, and hit the bell, and you'll be notified each and every time we go live Tuesday at 8:00, man. I really appreciate if y'all would go over there and subscribe.
Absolutely. You lucky you my guy, Bishop, because I had the call line shut down, but I'm opening it up for you, my guy. What's up, Bishop? Talk to me.
Hey, man. Hey. Yes, sir. We did it. Hey, no, man.
Oh, man.
Hey, no, I just want to call us happy about that. We did it, man.
Hey, Bishop, let me ask you this. How does Willie reload after this year? Because a lot of guys are leaving. Moosa's leaving. A lot of the wide receiving core is leaving. How does Willie Simmons restack this team and get back right, to make it run?
I wouldn't say more so a restack because the clip is still fully loaded. You got to look at a lot of young guys that we got still look good, and a lot of the guys that we have are still young. But as far as like reloading and replacing players, I just say recruiting. Like Devin, he already on it. I've been talking. Like I hit you up about that running back from West Carolina.
Yeah.
So we be on it. Like I still be in touch with him. I just got off the phone with Simmons like not too long ago. So man,
hey Bishop, let me ask you this, man. That a guy I know reached out to the recruiter for Coach Reds, right? And the first thing he asked was where the guy was from, and the guy happened not to be from Florida. And Coach Reds didn't even seem like he wasn't interested no more. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm gonna put it like this. Like, FAMU is not big on just because you come from a Power 5 or a big time school. Like, there are a lot of guys that wanted to come to FAMU, but I go talk to the coach and they like, I just don't see it. Like, we just don't see it. We don't need them. So as far as like it may be a position to where we really don't need that right now. What position is that?
Linebacker.
Yeah, we still got Chaney. Chaney finna step in and be the new guy. Eric Horn. He's from Jacksonville. I brought him to. I didn't personally bring him, but I knew he was come out, help him come to fam. We got a linebacker number 52. I don't know his name, Mike, but he like a grown man. He like, but Jit is big, like Jit huge. You got to be like 6'2", 210, rocked up, big. So it's like they got a lot of guys.
What about the safety position? You're losing Javon. Yeah, you're losing Javon. You know what I'm saying?
You still got Deco. Deco was a transfer. I don't think he was a senior.
Okay.
So let me ask you this, Bishop.
You also got to realize like that transfer portal. Like, yes, we get a lot of 1-year guys too, but we also get a lot of guys that come from that transfer portal that be in a program for 3 or 4 years. Like Lovey, he came from Louisville, but he was in a program for like 2 or 3 years. So that transfer portal can be good and bad with getting young guys too.
Gotcha.
And bringing them up inside your system.
Let me ask you this, Bishop, because this you would know better than anybody else. Does Coach Simmons have a variety of run plays to where he could switch to a run-dominant offense if he chose to or had to?
No.
Wow.
He got because at the end of the day, how much creativity can you come up with in the run game besides down blocking and running your track and zone read? I mean, all that too. All the fancy and tricks can come into play. By the end of the day,
it's still about down blocking, pulling.
I mean, there's counters, there's leads,
traps.
There's
Other
traps.
than if you peep, we run a lot of counters. When my senior year, that's anytime I got in the game, anytime I made big runs, I'm asking for counter plays. We run a lot of counters. You'll see, or you may not see. We call it's called GT, and when a guard tackle pull, that's still a counter. We run a lot of, but he do it different now. Like what I think he didn't throw an interception on this play, but we did a guard tackle pull. He'll ride the running back like he's gonna get it off, but he added a play action to it at the end. Not really a play action like, but an RPO read. So that's why I can say he can get creativity with that. So, and then it's like I heard earlier when Coach Cole was talking about the numbers game in the box. That's really all the run game come down to. Like if you got six O-linemen, well, not 5 O-linemen and a tight end, you got 6 in the box. If they got 6 in the box, you most likely gonna throw that bubble. And that is the reason why he did throw that bubble, because his read is telling him to throw that bubble. That play we threw the pick, that what it was. We ran guard tackle pull, the end crashed down. He ain't had no way to hand the ball off. If you'd have had the ball, they had like 6, 7 in the box, and it was 3-on-3. Tight end just ain't made a block, and that man just made a hell of a play. Like that was a hell of a play. Like you can't bro, that pick six was just a hell of a play by a hell of a player. And
but okay. I'm sorry, Bishop. Listen, I get you, right? Sometimes I definitely understand what you're saying, but in that situation,
run the damn ball.
Run the ball. That's all I'm saying. Because even if you get 1 or 2 yards,
but look though.
Go ahead.
Kamara made that block. We pick up 2 to 3 yards. What then?
Well, that's the whole point, Bishop. The risk reward for that play doesn't warrant you throwing the ball. Like the risk is, okay, if a guy jumps the route, you get a pick 6. Even if you complete it, you gain 4 yards. I don't think that risk reward is worth it in that situation. That's all I'm saying. In that situation.
No, I get you, but at the end of the day, football is all about because you can run the ball and dude can fumble, or we can get a bad handoff.
That's fair.
But he threw a pick 6 though.
Well, it's just about Kamari. I don't know if it was miscommunication between Kamari and Jeremiah Pruitt. It looked like they were supposed to double up to the guy who made the pick and leave Jamari Sheree 1-on-1.
No, what I would have done, what I don't like that the receiver did is he didn't attack the ball and come back inside. If you attack the ball, that means they have to go through Kamari to get to you. But when you stay wide and Kamari has to push out, he slips that gap right there and then he jumps it. But if the receiver comes back towards the ball, you have to go through Kamari to get him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
now,
that's
to be honest, on that play, we usually don't run. Okay, so we usually don't run that type of bubble screen that wide. It's usually a bunch formation tight. We don't usually. That was kind of different that we ran that formation.
So let me ask you this, Bishop. Why throw it to number 3? Why not throw it to the guy who didn't have anybody standing over him?
Oh, because you got 2 tight ends.
Oh, you can't run it to the tight end?
Yeah, if Simmons, you just gotta look at his antics. Like when he run, even time, okay, he'll go 4 wide. You think he's 4 wide, but he really got 2 tight ends on the right side. So when they run that jet sweep, all he's doing is using tight ends as a
extra
lineman. It looked like 4 wide, but it's really 12 personnel he got in the game.
But it just looks so I spread you out.
Yeah.
So
even that play we threw a pick. That was 12 personnel. If you see, it was Jamari Pruitt and Kamari. Kamari was in the front, and then that's really with 12 personnel. And he do that for those big guys to get out there and block. And
he missed the block.
That guy just made a hell of a play, dog. He was really a hell of a play. He did. You got to give him credit. Like he read it, he jumped it, and he wanted it more than we did at that point in time. So.
What'd you think about that flea flicker at that point when he threw the flea flicker?
Oh my God! Talk about some kahunas. talking about some performance. I'm talking about, hey, when Real pitched it back and that boy had to go. One thing I know though, one thing I do know about Simmons, if he's throwing it deep, 9 out of 10, she's coming down with it. Like if somebody's open. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Simmons, the way he draw that shit up. But if Musa is throwing it deep, somebody's open, and it's just about that connection at that point, making sure that we come down.
Yeah,
his all the season, we run hurry up, and he'll go under shotgun. I mean, he'll go under center, play action bootleg, and one receiver going across the field, the other one doing the deep post. And hey, it's all about matchups at that point.
His timing is incredible. Like when he called plays, like the time when he called that wheel by the running back.
If you really watch Simmons has been calling that play probably since he's been at Prairie View.
Yeah,
that is a play that's been in his playbook since I've met him.
You talking about that throwback? To the running back?
That play against Alabama A&M, the first touchdown.
You talking about that throwback to the running back?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's nasty. That thing's nasty.
Yeah, I also seen Musa miss that. Before.
Hey man, we SWAC champions, man. We SWAC champions.
You right, brother. You right, man.
That's all that matters.
Hey, appreciate you, Bishop, as always, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all have.
Hey, that boy about to
They about to turn up. You hear me?
Turn up in Tallahassee. 0442.
What's going on, Scotty?
What's up?
Oh, my question is, big dog, I'm trying to see, is this game take Willie Simmons out of the hot seat? And if so, if it doesn't, do other coaches, do they offer him a position at a bigger school? Or I'm trying to see what does Willie stand with this win?
I mean, it has to take you off the hot seat because
was he on the hot seat?
Yeah, he damn sure was. Not to be fired, of course. But I'm just saying.
Okay. All right.
Expectation to win, right? You're on the hot seat for the expectation to win. But to me, it's like, how could he not? How could he be on the hot seat now? He done won everything. He done. He at the top of the mountain. How can he be on the hot seat? It don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Man, he in HBCU football, he 26 in prime. like I say, the man ain't lost a game to another school in 3 years. Well, I mean, what could you possibly find? Now, I understand. Okay, this is where I kind of disagree with Scotty's point. If he had a loss today, I think next year and he goes to the Celebration Bowl, he would have tremendous pressure on him. But today, I didn't think he had a lot of pressure. It was his first time. Now, the SWAC had pressure. You understand what I'm saying? The SWAC had pressure because of their performance in the previous 6 Celebration Bowls. But this was Willie's first time. And you know, I don't think he gets a tag as a failure or not a big time coach for losing this game after he wins, you know, the SWAC championship.
How not? You were favored. You got the offensive player of the year. You got the defensive player. Your team is completely stacked and you lose this game? That's a failure. That's a failure.
I would disagree, Scotty.
He only lost to Prime, and you come into this game uberly favored and you lose?
Okay, so Prime was favored much more than he was these last.
Those are failures. I've said that numerous of times. That's a failure.
Okay.
Absolutely a failure. That's just my thing.
And I got to say this, though, Scotty, before I go, man. I seen you up there putting on for Kaplan University, man. I seen you in your super suit. Man, I was like, God, look at old Scotty. Moving on up, man. You got commentating the game.
So
appreciate you, man. He said my super suit.
Well, all right, guys, man. Y'all have a good show, man.
I appreciate you,
I
man.
want to ask Coach Black this. Maybe he got a theory behind it. Why don't a school like Grambling hire Willie's defensive coordinator to be their head coach? If nothing else, it weakens Willie's staff. You understand what I'm saying? Why wouldn't they look at that guy as their head coach? Why wouldn't Southern look at that? Rather than take a coach that was already on your staff that was losing, why wouldn't you try to take the guy who may who may have gotten the secret sauce from Willie and hire him as your head coach. Why wouldn't they do that? And Scott, if you have any ideas to why they wouldn't do it.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say, well, one, because he's white. You know what I'm saying? That's one reason, because Ryan Smith is white. And then number two, that looks too much like Wright. Like, okay, so let me get this straight. So you'll hire somebody off, you'll take the coach on Dooley's staff who was getting his butt whooped, who didn't win. You'll elevate him to your head coach, but you won't pull somebody from a SWAC championship team who just now won a Celebration Bowl. You won't even interview him for your team. Okay. It would look too much like Wright. It would look too much like Wright. So, I mean, and listen, I'm always going to be on the NFL superstar bandwagon, especially if you get an Ed Reed or Ray Lou. I'm always going to be on that bandwagon. So miss me with that. So they don't, people are like, why are we still focused on hiring? I'm all for it because you Bama's is broke.
Well, I'm just, Scotty, I'm just talking about getting competent coaches in place over your program, right? Like again, I'm talking about winning. What are you doing when you hire the guy who was on the staff that got the coach fired? What are you doing there? And you trying to sell him off as an upgrade from the guy who was the head coach. How is that? How can you do that?
It looks too much like Wright. Rocky, listen, bro. I don't know what else to tell you. There's a SWAC grade and then there's a common sense grade, right? Like, common sense would tell me I'm not going to hire Fred McNair, who couldn't even beat the two teams that don't make no sense. You couldn't beat me when we was ass. Now I'm going to hire you and pay you $313 to turn around and try to beat somebody else? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to hire Terrence Graves, who is getting his ass whooped, who's never been a head coach, who hasn't been a defensive coordinator I don't know how long, probably since the 90s, to be the head person on my team. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But listen, I see a lot of, listen, we about to get up out of here because I got to eat. Y'all bugging. I'm going to take Bridges and I'm going to let everybody else go. Bridges, all what's up? Because he a FAMU guy.
Hey, yo, what's up with you, fam? You had everybody going high blood pressure, boy. Fam, you people had to go to the doctor after this game, boy. Talking about blood pressure 140. Shoot, high as hell. But man, shout out to Coach Willie. Shout out to the boys, man. Shout out to the offense for making hella mistakes, man. They're making hella mistakes, but they came back. The defense really won them the game, man, because plenty of times Howard could have scored on their side of the field, but FAMU made plays as far as the defensive side of the ball. And shoot, as far as FAMU coaches leaving, like, from what I know from FAMU coaches, they go outside of HBCU and go to better schools. So I'm pretty sure a FAMU coach wouldn't probably go to a SWAC team or another SWAC team to coach in the same circuit. Usually, you know, KJ Black, I know the receiver coach, the special team coaches, they went to bigger and better schools. So that's shout out to Willie, his connections as far as outside of the SWAC and the MEAC for his assistant coaches to go to bigger and better things.
No, I agree. I absolutely agree, man. Listen, Bree, I know you guys are about to turn up in Tallahassee. I know you're about to turn up in Houston. Hey, man, enjoy your weekend, bro.
Yes, sir. FAMU bound. Hey, 3 years. It only happened in 3 years, Scotty. 3 years.
All right, man. Let me close these call lines down. Sorry, y'all. Y'all Bama's need to start calling on time, man. Like, goddamn, I've been on here for 2 hours, and y'all Bama's want to call. You know how black people come in. You know, it's free before 11. Bama's want to show up at 10:50 in line, trying to slide in. Like, no, I'm not about to do that. Then me and Rocky got to be on here for another whole 30 freaking minutes.
Yeah, man. I didn't had enough today, brother. I didn't had enough, man. But I've had a great time, man. Like I said, I'm looking for. It's just a shame that we got to wait a whole nother year. You know, maybe I'll get out to some spring games. This year.
Yeah,
and check some out.
Go to Tech Southern.
Who's gonna be the coach? Who's going? Hey, who's gonna be the coach, man? I really wish. Anyway, I really wish they could get a coach that would have some clout in this footprint that could really recruit, because I think that could pose a threat in the SWAC if a school in the Texas footprint got a coach, because Scotty, right now there are 4 black coaches coaching in the 6A Texas State Championship.
I heard,
and you know how big that is,
I heard.
and not the SWAC should hire those guys as head coaches, but if the SWAC would just look at those guys maybe as position coaches, coordinators, because high school coaches in Texas, if you don't know, they have a lot of pull and a lot of influence.
That's fair.
And so I think that would be an avenue for Texas Southern and other schools to possibly elevate their program.
I heard they might be trying to get the I guess like a Houston coach, high school coach that is in the state championship or something like that. They might be looking at
the guy at Galena Park North Shore. That's the one in the Houston area.
Yeah.
There's the one at Galena Park North Shore, and then there's also the one that's in Summer Creek. At Summer Creek, he's playing as well. Yeah, man. And of course, you know about these programs, DeSoto and Duncanville. Yeah. So you know about those programs, and so it's gonna be. Matter of fact, DeSoto and Galena Park North Shore and Duncanville. This is their 5th consecutive time meeting in the state championship.
Wow.
They've met 5 straight times, and this is their 5th straight try. And that's what I'm probably watching this evening after I get off, bro.
Man, let me say this, Rock, before I let you go. Shoot, I think I just lost it. Yeah, I did. I just lost it. My bad. Go ahead. Finish up. My bad.
No. I'm just saying that, that's what I'm going to watch. I'm going to look forward to watching, state championship. Thank God for the NFL and the college playoff.
I got it. Let me say it before I let you go. You know what's funny about what you're saying? Georgia did the same thing to Alabama. You had Kirby Smart. He had won multiple championships with Nick Saban. They took Kirby Smart, moved him to Georgia. Now he made Georgia a powerhouse. So it's history behind it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you go get, hey, it seems like what they doing is working. Let me get some of that and move it over here. So that's, you know what I'm saying?
But the link between frat brothers and he went to my university is much more important. But not to mention, again, there are instances where that wins, but in the recent history, that ain't won in this way, because Deion didn't go to Jackson, Willie didn't go to FAMU, Now, Fred McNair did go to Alcorn.
Yeah.
And even Broderick Fobbs went to Grambling. But that's not the formula that everybody can deploy. Because if you really want to win, you need to get a competent coach. And sometimes you got to go outside your network to get a competent coach. But I'm done with that. So
all right, man. Hey, listen, guys, we appreciate your time. Shout out to Coach Cole for being on here. Shout out to my boy Rocky for coming out, man. This is a great post game and watch party. Watch party was absolutely crazy, man. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that myself just to see our facial expressions. That was wild. But listen, until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'ma holla. God bless.